Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday, June 6th, June 7th. I think June 7th. I give you a quick update, tour of the garden. Try to make this quick. It's my first patio hybrid here. This is one that started off super leggy. It's had quite a few shoots come out of the bottom, and it's starting to put on a few tomatoes. Looking good, nice and green. I think it just needs a little more time and it'll start popping out some tomatoes. My other patio hybrid over here, this one, it actually rotted down on the root when I started it as a seedling, so I just shoved the stem in and it rebounded. As you can tell, it's very healthy. A couple of tomatoes there. And if you come around here, there's a nice little batch of them growing here. Very happy with this plant. This is one of my Yum Yum plants, the little sweet peppers. And this guy has sent up about 3 or 4 stems and it's gotten very leafy. So we'll see how that one comes out. It's got a few peppers starting in here. Got one flower that's opened. This one is not looking good. This is my purple bumblebee. I think in my last update it was my best looking tomato plant, and now it's my worst looking. It has tomato leaf curl, something awful. I don't know if it's too wet in there. I need to try to get it to dry out somehow, or what the problem is. It has some tomatoes on, but they're not really getting bigger. And even got some that are ripening. Might eat those today or tomorrow. Not sure. Here's the mini habanero plant. This will be in the video elsewhere, so don't need to go over that much. My first 2 onions I transplanted. My first Snow White plant here, Snow White cherry tomato. Looking good. Got some batches on it. Another one. It's got a few batches on it. These guys look like they might ripen hopefully within the next week or 2. That one's looking pretty good. And there's this tomato plant here. Don't know what variety it is. It's got like 10 main stems, so I don't even know what to do with that. It's a bush, not a plant. My purple Russian that had some really bad leaf curl to begin with, but it's just putting out the tomatoes like crazy. There's some here, plenty of those on the other side. Whole nother batch of them here. Some there. And this is the part of the garden last year that grew very well, so there's something magic in the dirt here. Not really sure what variety this is. This might be a Kellogg's Breakfast. I think what I'm finding with these is they grow tons and tons of the branches, the leaves, and very few tomatoes. Although it does look like a lot of them are beginning to start. They're just not here yet. It's got one tomato on it, and it's just probably my biggest plant right now. This one I believe is a Black Krim. It's doing the same thing as a Kellogg's Breakfast. Tons of stems, leaves, only a few tomatoes. Hopefully they'll start making more. This is the Sioux. This one is doing incredibly well. Batch of 5 tomatoes there, batch here. This is the Grandma Mary's Pace. Not getting big at all, but it's starting to put some tomatoes on. Down there. I'm not really sure what that one is. Didn't do a good job of labeling these this year. I'm not sure what that one is, and that one. See that one there? These 4 here had bad black mold, but they seem to have rebounded nicely. These are my carrots. They're looking great. Okay, come over here. Here's my eggplant. Eggplant's looking good. It is still battling the dreaded flea beetle. Lightning bugs tend to make a home out of the leaves here. I don't know why. Not sure if it eats from it or just stays on there, but my biggest problem has been the flea beetle. Tons of flowers, none have set yet, so I'm hoping. And here's my mystery plants. Don't know where seed came from for these or what they are. My final guess so far is butternut squash or pumpkin. So, got quite a few of them. Probably let 3 of them go, see what happens. Okay, over here, my cucumber. Got 5 plants. The 3 here, which get more sun, are looking better than the 2 in the back. Got a few cumbers going on it. Got one there for this one. Got a larger one on this guy here. Another one starting there. So hopefully these guys will start taking off. Here's another, I believe this is a black crim. This one has gotten huge with very few tomatoes. They're just huge. And I think these are black crim, starting to put a few on. A couple there, a couple there. A whole bunch of flowers, so hopefully that'll pick it up. A ton of flowers over here. This is a purple Russian I need to stake up. It should do pretty good, I would think. As long as I get it staked up. It had bad leaf curl, but it's gotten a lot better. Oh, look at that. Nice little ladybug. This is another purple bumblebee I got growing in the garden instead of a container. Another Grandma Mary's paste here. These guys aren't getting big, but they're starting to put tomatoes on, which is really cool. My little helper woke up. Got him here. Going to the Reds game today, huh, buddy? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here's my newly planted pepper plants. Just put these out a few weeks ago. They're doing fairly well. Not much to show on them. That one's growing big. Put some basil out, just transplanted those. And one problem I'm having is I was going to plant some basil here, but there are just thousands and thousands and thousands of ants over here. They're hiding under the rocks. I don't know how to organically get rid of them, because I don't want to put any chemicals in here. There's just tons of them. And this morning, I found something very odd, if anybody's ever seen this before. My white habanero plant, it doesn't have a stem. It has about 10 stems welded together, growing flat like a ruler. And the leaves are, I mean, look at this, or look how that, there's like thousands of tiny leaves coming out of this thing. I don't know if any peppers will ever form on it, but it's kind of neat. I've never seen it before. So, what the heck? See what happens. There's a plant that was root bound I put in here. See what happens with it. I'm not sure what kind of pepper. I think this is a mystery one. Okay, here's some more tomato plants. Not really sure on the varieties of those, but getting a lot of foliage, leaves, stems on all my tomatoes, but not a lot of tomatoes yet. It hasn't been warm, maybe that's why. The collie pepper plant still fighting to get big. Got some pepper plants here that are hiding behind my cilantro, which was an utter and complete failure this year. They all bolted right away. And the only reason I'm leaving the cilantro in, which is all this here, this is the only one that grew any amount of cilantro whatsoever. There's my basil plant. Put that in real quick. I'm saving it for the seeds. I'm getting thousands and thousands, thousands of seeds. Little tiny bees flying all over here. Not sure if they're showing up or not. Little guy right there. Anyway, I got tons and tons and tons of coriander. I don't know what I'll do with it. Another pepper plant there. And there. They're all starting to get bigger. This is my Rocotillo plant. We can I like the looks of those. Those are neat. More cilantro with tons of coriander and bees flying around on it. Green onion here doing well. I don't know what I'll do with those. We don't really use it that much. Some peppers growing there. This is either serrano or jalapeno. It's probably a jalapeno. Another jalapeno there. Okay, this is probably going to be a long video, folks, so hopefully you're okay with that. Not really sure what variety this is. Peperoncini. This is my Bulgarian carrot, I believe. Yeah, this is the Bulgarian carrot. Let me get a few peppers on there. This is probably another this is a serrano, I believe. And it's got a whole bunch of peppers growing on there. And a Hungarian hot wax. Starting to get a few peppers on it. Hey, over here, got some beets growing on. They're looking good. Now I had 5 raspberry plants. 2 have died. So, anyway, this is my raspberries. 2 have died. Don't know why. This guy's not doing great, but still green. And these 2 are looking great. Got some raspberries. This one's sending up a shoot. That one's sending up one. And I don't know if anybody's noticed yet, but I found this yesterday. It appears to be a watermelon plant just popping out of the ground. No idea where that came from. Didn't grow any watermelon last year. So we'll let that go, see what happens. And maybe have it go back along the back of the raspberries and come out here. The cantaloupe here. That guy's been slow, but looks like he's taken off. Got another cantaloupe here. Starting to get some male flowers, no female. Here's some radishes. My daughter's been dying for some of those, so I want to pick those today. Spill them up, some butter. Got some more beets. And that blueberry plant's starting to come to life. The other one did not. It's still just... Here's the other one. Kind of giving up hope on that one. And there's the blueberry bush from Burpee. He looks good. No blueberries. There's my other watermelon. The only watermelon that's kind of growing good right now. More radishes. Okay, over here's the zucchini. Been eating the male flowers, they're pretty good. Got one little guy down there. A couple getting ready to start. And then the other one is a nice big zucchini. I'm picking that in a day or two. Another fairly nice one starting to grow there. I'll be eating zucchini. Once those start, I'd imagine we'll be having them almost daily. There's the other zucchini plant, kind of looking small. That one started from seed, the other 2 were transplants, so that's understandable. That's just a weed coming up. There's a little watermelon seedling. It's been like that for about 5 days now. Hopefully he'll eventually take off. I got this whole area set aside for watermelon. Okay. And these next 5 or 6 are all serranos and jalapenos. That guy there. And there. These guys don't get sun till about noon, 1 o'clock. And they get it for about 6 or 7 hours. This is the one that had all the damage in the beginning. He's coming back. This one's starting to put on peppers. I think that's a serrano. Here's snow white tomatoes growing up my makeshift compost pile, which I'm sure the neighbors love. I don't know what to do with it. Don't want to put it in a landfill. Anyway, I'm not really putting on a lot of tomatoes yet. Starting to, but got a little batch of them down here. That's about it for now. First butternut squash, he was looking rough, but he's starting to come through now. The tomato plant I accidentally decapitated. I don't know if he'll grow anything, don't really care. Got so many of them. Here's some tomato plants. Not really sure what varieties. But find out when they start growing. This one looked rough. This might be a Kellogg's breakfast, but he's starting to come around. This is my best butternut squash find here. I can't tell if this looks like the ones over there that I'm not sure what they are or not. This, I believe, is another Sioux tomato. It's putting some on. It's growing very, very bush-like. But that's got a lot of tomatoes in it, so that's good. And let's go through this last piece real quick. Just a bunch of tomatoes, another butternut squash. Got another Snow White here. Obviously, I'm going to have to get better stakes for these. They're looking good for now. And finally, the little cantaloupe. I think this bush here is just blocking it too much. He's not getting enough sun. This cantaloupe is looking great. He's really taken off. That's probably my biggest cantaloupe plant so far. A little pepper plant here. I think that's a jalapeno more than likely. Another cantaloupe. Another pepper. I think that's another jalapeno. I have tons and tons of those. Didn't have the heart to kill any of them. And my last tomato plant. I'm not sure if he is either. Find out someday. And here's the big view of the garden from this side. So I'll just maybe walk you around to show you the whole overview of the garden. As we get here, you can see the sun coming up. The sun goes across our house diagonally, so a lot of the yard gets a lot of sun a lot of the day. Can't beat that. There we go. There it goes down there. Okay, thanks for watching. I'm sorry this one lasted a little longer. And be sure to like and subscribe and comment. Any help would be appreciated. Thanks.